So in this story time, I tell you all the juicy information about my long distance relationship with my ex, my most current ex. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give you the ins and outs, the good and the bad about long distance relationships. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, I am Vi Gregory and this is everything Vi Gregory. This is basically everything about me. So yes, before I get started guys, I know you're thinking, why are my ears lighting up? So I have this beautiful earrings that light up from Just Luminous. I'm going to insert their details down below and on here somewhere. Check out their page. They are on Instagram. They have a website. I also received the original light bulb. So it is actually a light for your toilet. So they sell everything light. Everything to do with lights and everything that could have lights. They have also check out my page. Watch me unbox these items from Just Luminous. Story time. Story time, story time, story time, story time, story time. In the story time, I tell you all the juicy information about my long distance relationship with my ex, my most current ex. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give you the ins and outs, the good and the bad about long distance relationships. Also dating a Nigerian man. Yeah, so without further ado, we are getting into this story time. I cannot wait to tell you guys all the juicy information because a lot of people follow me. A lot of you guys follow me on Instagram. A lot of you guys follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and other social media platforms. And you guys saw me posting my man. You guys saw me posting my man. So yes, let me give you the juicy info about my relationship and how I was able to sustain the relationship in the pandemic, and also how my relationship ended. It has ended, unfortunately. It is ended. So there will be no more there'll be no more pictures, there'll be no more nothing, no more videos. Yeah, there'll be none of that with him. But yeah, so yeah, let's get into it. Guys, I have Baileys on the rocks. Guys, I have Baileys on the rocks. It's nighttime and I just couldn't think of a more calmer alcohol, like, because after this I'm going to bed. So you can tell by the title what this story time is about. This tit is just tittying. I don't like that. Okay. From the title, you know what this story time is about. I'm going to be spilling the tea on my long distance relationship. Guys, I just want to warn you guys now that I do have problems pronouncing certain words. Like, my pronunciations are bad. So when I do pronounce certain things, yeah, just if you don't get what I'm saying, don't worry about it. We'll move on. Oh my god, guys, my ears are still blinging. Okay, so yes, so I'm gonna spill the tea. I have a list of things I want to point out in a long distance relationship. The pros, the cons, the good, everything that I experienced in a long distance relationship during the pandemic. Because I was in this relationship, I met my ex during the pandemic, and I think we're still in the pandemic, and we broke up. We also broke up in the pandemic. It's not like it's a big deal. Like, we're not beefing. Like, it's not like we're not enemies. Well, he's not my enemy. I don't have an issue with him. You know, there is no problem. It just didn't work out. So We still spoke after the breakup, like nothing happened. It's just not working. You know, when something is not working, it's just not working. Like when something is not working, it's just not working. And yeah, you just don't want to like push. You just don't want to, yeah, like it's better to, I just believe it's better to maintain a friendship with somebody instead of trying to force a relationship. Yeah, this Bailey's is making me hot. So yeah, yeah, we're still cool. He's still my bro. He's still my friend. But yeah, moving on. And I don't see why. And to be honest, the main reason for the breakup is because like we're just in two different places, two different countries, and we've had two different upbringings. So there's gonna be problems, there's gonna be issues, there's gonna be arguments, there's gonna be certain things we don't agree on because I was born in London and he wasn't born here. He was born in Nigeria. Yes, guys. So he was born in Nigeria. I was born in London. We are already like, there's the cultural difference. Like the cultural difference already, is an issue. So that was already an issue for us. Like just certain things, like I was just noticing, and we're not gonna get into that. Okay, the first thing. So the first thing I want to point out about long distance relationship is the honeymoon phase. So a lot of people go through the honeymoon phase, whether it's long distance or it's not long distance. But I just want you guys to know that even in long distance relationship, you get the honeymoon phase. You get that honeymoon period where everything is amazing. Like it's like you're like walking on water. It's like you're walking on water. It's like the impossible is happening. You're crazy in love. Like you're just in love. And it's just like, and then like you're just both so in love with each other. And then, you're just always trying to make each other happy, please each other. And you just do that when it's the beginning. You just want to please, I guess in a relationship, you just want to please each other and make each other happy because you love each other. Feelings are still growing, they're still there, so you're happy, you love each other. Like I don't know how else to explain this. I don't know how else to explain this, but the butterflies, everything, like it will just be doing you, like it will just be doing you. You will not be using yourself. You will not be using your senses, guys. You will not be using your senses when you're in this relationship because you're in love. It happens to the best of us, guys. Yes, so the honeymoon phase is real. It happens in long distance relationships, unfortunately. And do you know the worst things? Because I was in a long distance relationship, I always hoped and wished that the honeymoon phase will never ever die. And my second point is distance makes the heart grow fonder. Do you know what? It's true and it's not true. Well, the thing is, there's two sides to that saying. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. That okay, when you say distance makes the heart grow fonder, it does if it's both ways. So if the distance is making your heart grow fonder, and it's not making his heart grow fonder, then yeah, you're feeling it yourself. And it does make your heart question. It does make your heart tired. It does make your heart lonely. It's a lot of things. So where it's making your heart grow fonder for the person, you can't wait to see them. Like, it's like an anticipation, the anticipation till you actually see the person again. That growth of love, it's like the love is, you're giving the love time to grow because you're also getting to know the person. You're connecting with them on like an emotional and a friendship level. You're not only connecting with them sexually and physically, you build other things. So that's one of the pros for long distance relationships. With long distance relationship, you actually get to know who you're dating. So those phone conversations, you're getting to ask, you're getting to speak to, you're getting to find out things about the person, because that's your only way of communicating. But the issue with that as well is, on the phone, you're not really being yourself. You're just in love and you're trying to please the person you're dating or you're in the relationship with. You're just not really being yourself because you're not seeing them. So you don't want to do or say anything that's going to lock off that phone call, or you're not going to chat to them again. You're going to want to keep, I don't know how to explain it. You're just going to want to keep making them happy, pleasing them, loving them, telling them what they want to hear, and they're telling you what you want to hear, So, yeah. So that whole saying of distance makes the heart grow fonder is true, but I do believe it works both ways. I believe it's if you both, the distance is making both of your hearts grow fonder, grow through each other, the love, like everything. It's if it's both of you, not one, So that's my second point. My third point, okay, and my third point is pandemic, okay? Being in a long distance relationship in the pandemic, being in a long distance relationship in general is crazy. Then adding the pandemic and PCR tests and vaccinations and flights being cancelled, just so much things of how the pandemic can destroy your relationship. The pandemic destroyed mine. I would like to say that the pandemic destroyed mine in many ways that I'm not going to get into right now, but the pandemic has destroyed a lot of things. Doing the COVID test and then the passenger locator forms for the countries that you're going to. So going to a country, passenger locator form. Coming back to your country, passenger locator form. And day 2, day 8 COVID test. So it's a lot. And then all the stresses of that, added to the relationship, you're going to get pissed. You're going to snap at your man. Or your man is going to snap at you. Like, people are snapping. Oh, they're still lighting up. People are going to be snapping at each other. The pandemic is frustrating everyone. It's just been so long, traveling and catching flights in this pandemic, and then for you to date someone long distance. Like, I traveled, oh my God, I've traveled 4 times to see my ex. Yeah, I traveled 4 times in the pandemic. I met him in the pandemic. We dated for a year and I saw him 4 times in that year. We dated. So I traveled a lot in the pandemic, guys, and I'm also going to do another story time about traveling in the pandemic, or just another discussion about traveling in the pandemic and all the shit I had to go through. Guys, it's not been easy. But yeah, so the pandemic, I would say, was a disaster. The pandemic destroyed my relationship. It also takes a big dig at your finances. Like, the pandemic really, really goes into your pockets. Like, the PCR test I was taking when I was traveling to see my boyfriend was not a joke. Like, it was not a joke. I was paying for like £109 for PCR test, the fit to fly travel PCR test, and then it got reduced to like £89, and then £79, I think £69. I don't know how much it is now because I actually haven't traveled this 2022, but I do think it's a lot more cheaper from the time I traveled. So that as well, like, okay, my flight costs this much, PCR test costs how much? Like, it just doesn't, the money. And then I travel to Nigeria quite a bit, so you get to Nigeria, they have their own system of how they do COVID tests and, all this stuff, and it's just money. You just had to have money this pandemic, and that's just the truth. You just had to have money because everything cost you. Whether you had a job or not, if you wanted to do anything in this pandemic, you needed money. Straight. Yes, it did cause tension. Like, all this traveling and COVID tests also caused tension in my relationship, because these are things I had to do in order to see my boyfriend. So I had to do COVID tests, I had to do passenger locator forms, fill out all these things that he doesn't even probably understand or know, you know, because he doesn't have to do it. So all these things, and listen, I'm a snapper. I'm a snapper. Guys, I snap. Yeah? Like, call me, what is it? What animal is it? Alligator. Like, I snap like an alligator. Like, listen. In Nigeria, they'll say her blood today hot. Like, her blood today hot. Like, my blood gets hot. Like, it's just me, you know. I know my eyes are... My eyes are always running, guys. My eyes are always running. So, yeah, traveling in the pandemic also caused tension, also caused friction, also pissed me off. Because, guys, like I told you, I snap and I get pissed off easily. Like, I get really upset. Yeah. I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. So that is how I am. I go 0 to 100 real quick. But then I'm very, very good at going from 100 to 0 real quick. So I can flip it. You know, I'm not always pissed. But when I do, I do. And it's not my fault. I'm Nigerian. So, you know, I'm used to things being done. I hate stress. Yeah. Like I said before, my relationship started in the pandemic and ended in the pandemic. Dating for potential. So I want to do a whole story time on this topic. Dating for potential. So this has got to be, is this my fourth? My fourth point is dating for potential. So yes, let's get into it. So dating for potential, I don't understand why girls like to date for potential. Do you know what? I'm guilty. I'm so guilty for that, dating for potential, because I believe, you know, the main reason I was in that long distance relationship and I stayed in it and I wanted to stay in that relationship for a pretty long time, was mainly because I saw the potential in him and I loved him. Like, there was so much things about him that I was like, yes, like, you know, I see a future with him. And even seeing the future of him, I knew my future would be good because of the things I could see. Like, he's an amazing guy, guys. Like, he's actually amazing. So I saw things that I knew that I wanted. I saw it like in a husband, or I wanted in my future. So yeah, I'm guilty of that, dating for potential. There were so many aspects to him that I just fell in love with. Like, so, you know, things to do with like his ambitions, just him as a person. Like, I was just like, okay, yeah, okay, I see the potential, or things like that. And also, when you're dating a guy in Nigeria, like, listen, Nigeria can make you look like a whole different person. Like, when most people from Nigeria come to London, they are a whole different person. Like, most Nigerian guys, when they come to London, they are a whole different guy. Whether they go to London, America, Spain, I don't know. When they leave Nigeria and they go abroad, they clean up. They look good. Their swag change. Their skin starts to pop. You know, they start to look like a whole different person, and that is the good thing about, you know, when Nigerians do, like, Nigerians, listen, we're bangers. Wherever we go, we're going to bang. We're going to look good. That's it. It is what it is. But yeah, so I saw a lot of potential in him, so I stayed there. So I'm now going to tell you the pros and the cons for dating a guy with potential, or a guy dating a girl with potential. And this is whether long distance or no long distance, but obviously we're focusing on long distance. But listen, this is just a whole different topic on its own. So when you want to date someone with potential, what you need to understand is, yeah, you see the potential in the guy. So you see all this potential in the guy, and, you know, this amazing future you're planning in your head with this guy, and then you're seeing his hard work. You're seeing all of this, like, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, you know, potentially. You know, he's proving to you potentially, you know, that he's the one, and you're liking what you're seeing, you're loving what you're hearing, and, you know, yeah, so, and you're getting comfortable because maybe he's meeting the potentials that you have set for him. So, yeah. the problem with dating a guy with potential is when you're seeing the potential, you kind of push away other things. And here is what I mean. You push away the other things, the important things in a relationship, or the important things that's supposed to hold and keep the relationship. Those are the things that you probably push to the side because you're focused on the potential. So you're not even thinking about, oh, when he finishes from the bathroom, he wets the whole floor, he doesn't know how to cook, he doesn't know how to clean, he doesn't this, he doesn't that, he does, like, you don't see a lot of red flags when you have your mindset on one potential, or you have your mindset on the potentials that you want in a guy. You've ignored the other red flags. Like, you literally ignore, like, you push them to the side, and then the relationship starts to crumble, because at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, you only really had your heart set on the potential in the guy. Honestly, if a guy had more to him, we wouldn't look at potential. I feel like we only look at potentials when they're not ticking other boxes. Like, maybe like them not knowing things about you, not knowing your favorite color, not knowing your love language. That was a big issue for me in my relationship. Listen, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Yeah, like things like him understanding and knowing your love language, even knowing you or understanding you as a person, that goes out of the window, because you are thinking, oh, he's gonna be, so he's gonna have an amazing job. I see a bright future. He's a businessman. He has money. He's looking after me. Just things like that. Or yeah, he dresses a certain way. Or he's a respectable guy. He's a quiet guy. He's not an outgoing guy. He doesn't go to the club. So you're seeing all of these things, and you're like, yes, that is a bae, potential, love it, I want it. But then you're missing the fact that he doesn't touch you, he doesn't hug you, he doesn't kiss you, he doesn't surprise you. Like, he's not thinking about you. He's just being the potential he's supposed to be. And then he's missing all these things, and then you're sitting there like, oh, right, you forgot my birthday, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do, there's a lot of things he's not doing, because you never told him, you never really made it known, because you were so fixed on this potential. You were so fixated on this potential, you forgot that your needs have to be met. You forgot that you needed to feel special. You forgot that you needed to feel love. You forgot so many things that is required in a relationship, and what it means to be loved. Like, you forgot all of that because you was chasing his potential and what he could be, what he could offer you, what he could offer your future. And then all your feelings, all those have been put to the side. Just everything that is about you is now, he's not meeting your needs. He's only meeting your potential. Like, he's not meeting your needs anymore. Like, sexually, he's not doing it, because maybe y'all wasn't even fucking like that at the beginning, and then he's working his ass off to meet your potential, so he ain't gonna fuck you. He ain't gonna touch you. He's trying to be the potential you want. So there's a lot of things, like, you actually in this life cannot have your cake and eat it. That's what I have understood so far. Like, you really can't have your cake and eat it. Like, you can't have everything. You really cannot have everything in a guy. You can't have a good looking guy. You can't have a guy with good potential. You can't have a guy that's gonna fuck your brains out. You can't have a guy with all the money in the world. You can't have a gangster thug boyfriend, in a white collar and in the suit, working in the city, working a white collar job. Like, you're not going to find those things. So that's why I've just had to learn, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't honestly have your cake and eat it, especially in any relationship. long distance, no long distance, it doesn't really matter. But this is my experience on a long distance relationship, the pros and the cons. And I think the reality of long distance, like, this is real shit. Like, if you don't have the balls for a long distance relationship, do not to get yourself into it. And you know what, I have always been one of the people that used to say to my girls, are you crazy? In this, there's guys everywhere, it's long distance. So now that I'm in it, now that I fell in love with someone that's not in the same country as me, yeah, I just had to close my mouth. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun, while it lasted. I'm happy I met him. He showed me a different side, of love and relationship that I've never seen. I'm actually grateful. Yeah, so he's part of my journey, part of my history. So there's no hard feelings about that. Unless he becomes a multi-millionaire, then I'm coming back. Hey, I'm coming back. Yeah, and don't just focus on potential. Focus on yourself. Focus on your happiness. And focus on your needs. Go with what your heart needs, what your soul needs, what you need, what you want out of a relationship. Don't go by other people or what they're saying or whatever potential you think you can see. Focus on yourself, on what makes you happy. You don't always have to focus on potential. At the end of the day, I know a lot of people, and I think when people in this day and age say potential, they actually mean money. So that is going to put you in a big hole. That's going to put you in some serious mess that you don't even want. So a lot of girls are just trying to date a guy that's influential, got money, he's there, he's out there. And with that comes a lot of, cons. There's a lot of pros. Financially, you're good. Diamond necklace here, diamond necklace there, car today, car tomorrow. But then the things that come along with that kind of relationship, you don't even want to start. You honestly don't even want to start. There's no Birkins, there's no bag that's going to make you happy. So don't date for potential or your standard of potential. Date for what your heart, your body, and your soul needs. Your heart and body and soul might not even need a Birkin bag. Your heart, body, and soul might not even need a car, might not need a G-Wagon, might not need a Rolls Royce, might not need all these materialistic things. It probably needs the most simplest thing, which is love and care. And then you're out here dating for potential. You're giving your body and your heart what it doesn't need. You're getting a Birkin bag and you're still crying. You're getting all these other things and you're still crying. So, guys, no, we are not dating for potential. We are dating for real love. We're dating for real love. We're dating for happiness. And we're dating for peace and sanity. Like, forget everything else. Sanity. Do you know what it means to not be sane? Like, do you know what it means? Like, some girls go so crazy over a guy. Like, they go so crazy in love and they do the maddest things. So, guys, be careful. Your sanity is the most important thing in this life. So, date a guy that's going to keep your head on the ground. Like, date a guy that's going to keep you okay. Like, it's going to keep you mentally stable. You don't need a guy that's hot and cold. It's 1 minute he's hot, 1 minute he's cold, 1 minute he's yes, 1 minute he's no. You don't need that. You just need somebody that knows what he wants. And most guys that you're saying these guys have potential, most of them don't even know what they want. They're just working their ass off, grinding, making money. They're not even thinking of, what they don't even know what they need. And that's how they make the mistake, and then they date the wrong kind of girls, which could be you. And then, yeah, it doesn't ever really end well. That's something we're not going to get into. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying with me while we talk about my failed long distance relationship. Yes, and my experience. Yes, this was my story time. And these earrings are still blinging, guys, from Just Luminous. Please, guys, check them out. I actually really, really love them. I really, really love them. And I love this hair. Coming soon to Vi Lux. Yes, guys, that is my business. yeah, so you guys head over to my Instagram page. I want to do a Q&A about relationships and long distance relationships. I want to answer questions regarding this. I just don't want it to only be from my perspective or my opinion. So I do want people to ask me questions so I can answer them, and then also give you more to answer your questions a bit more, because right now I just made it a bit broad. But yeah, I will be doing a Q&A very soon, so watch out for my Instagram page so you can ask me anything you want to ask me, and I will be putting it on this channel. So yes guys, thank you, and I will see you again. I'm just going to enjoy my Bailey's on the rocks, take some selfies, and have a good night. Bye guys.